There's something interesting about new installments in a video game franchise. With brand new games, the litmus test for whether or not the game is good all comes down to one question: is it fun? There are other factors that determine just how good or bad the game is, but it really all boils down to that. But when it comes to sequels, it's a little more complicated. If it's the first game in the series that you personally have ever played, then it all just comes back to how fun it is. But with a game like Mario Kart, the odds are you've played one of them before. With a new installment in a series, whether or not a game is good has more to do with how it compares to the other games in the series. A good example of this is Borderlands. Borderlands is an amazing first-person looter shooter with a cel-shaded art style that was very novel at the time. The game is good because it's fun, but it's great because of everything else it does well. From the enemy and character designs to all the different guns you can collect, the brands that make them, Borderlands feels immersive and realistic while at the same time being zany and cartoonish. Borderlands 2 was good because it was just as fun as the original, with all of the things that the original did right, along with updated graphics that kept the same cel-shaded art style that fans loved. It felt like a solid follow-up to the original. But what made Borderlands 2 great was that it had all that as well as a story that was much more compelling than the first. But when Borderlands 3 came out, it got a lot of negative reviews initially because the story was weaker than the second game and they didn't do enough with the world that they were in. Even though the game is fun, and arguably it's better than the first game, it's definitely not the worst game in the series, fans had an expectation that was set by the second game, which is arguably the best in the series, that wasn't met, which makes a lot of people who play this game feel that this game is bad. On Mario Kart World's best day, it's a fun game that looks beautiful, but tries and fails to be several different things. And on its worst day, it's a disappointing addition to one of my favorite series that makes the best game difficult to go back and play. In my last Mario Kart video, I said that I think Mario Kart 8 is the definitive Mario Kart game, and I didn't think Mario Kart World was going to change that. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I don't think that there is a definitive Mario Kart game anymore. Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U 11 years ago at the time of recording, and on the Switch 8 years ago. And though it does look beautiful, 11 years and 2 consoles later, it does not hold a candle visually to Mario Kart World. They tweaked the driving and drifting mechanics and added physics-based collision, which was super frustrating initially, but after I got used to it, it feels more tight and it feels better than Mario Kart 8, honestly. Overall, I think it was an improvement, and when you go back to Mario Kart 8, the drifting feels sloppy and loose, which on top of all the other things they added in this game, it makes Mario Kart 8 hard to enjoy. They changed the way the AI plays, which a lot of people online have complained about, but personally, I like it. As somebody who doesn't play online and more often than not plays solo, it's nice to have CPUs who are a little bit of a challenge and can actually compete without just breaking the rules that are set for you, like in Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart World tries to be a few things, and wants to be a kart racer that stays true to the series while also having an expansive open world with collectathon elements. And it wants to expand on the original formula in a way that doesn't change it too much. They fail at all these things. The open world is big, but it mostly feels empty. They do have collectibles and challenges to do in the open world for the collectathon elements, but there are no real in-game rewards for collecting Peach medallions, finding question mark panels, or completing P-switch challenges, which on its own is fine, except there's no way to track how many you have left of any of these things, except for the P-switches, which, to my knowledge, they are all hidden on tracks, and the tracks do tell you how many you found. With no real in-game rewards and no tracker to entice me to just collect a few more, I'm almost there, the open world just feels pointless. It fails to stay true to the series because it removes laps from each track except for the first one in each cup. The only way to actually race all 3 laps on any given track is to do time trials. They did this to try to showcase the open world, but for Grand Prix it just doesn't work. And they already have a good showcase for the open world in Knockout Tour. Knockout Tour is a great addition to the series, and it's the one thing in this game that they actually did totally right. It expands on the original formula in a way that includes the open world, and it's a fun new challenge for players. The issue is that they took all the good things from Knockout Tour and tried to implement them into Grand Prix races where they just don't work. It makes all of the Grand Prix races just feel like mini Knockout Tours with loading screens. The intermissions are cool on their own. Racing to the next track is a novel idea, but it should have been implemented in a better way. The intermissions would have worked if you immediately started racing to the next track upon completion of the previous one, and it tallied up your points on the side of the screen as you were racing to the next track. Racing to the next track determines the player start order and has no impact on points. This would have made it so that each race keeps the traditional 3 laps. They could have totally eliminated loading screens and really made it feel next gen. It would have added to the time duration of each cup, but I don't think anybody would have complained about longer cups with more stuff in them. Mario Kart 8 had 12 cups total, 6 new cups with 6 retro cups for a total of 48 courses. Mario Kart World has 8 cups with retro tracks sprinkled throughout for a total of 30 courses. And if you just did some quick math there and thought, wait, that doesn't quite sound right. If there's 4 tracks per cup and there's 8 cups, that should be 32 tracks, right? Wrong. Crown City appears in Mushroom Cup and in Shell Cup, and Peach Stadium appears in Shell Cup and in Special Cup. Not only are they reusing 2 different tracks in 2 cups, but that means that Shell Cup only has 2 tracks that aren't in other cups. Mario Kart World also only has 2 battle modes, where Mario Kart 8 had 5. This altogether is just ridiculous to me, and it's almost insulting. I have a lot of other nitpicks with this game that I don't want to spend too much time on, but I do want to list them here. I've got them written down. They removed car customization, which is something that I really liked. They removed underwater driving, so in tracks like Wario Shipwreck, instead of going through the underwater areas, you just drive on top of the water, which I think is really stupid. I wish that there were specific areas within the world that you went underwater, and that was like the point of that area, but whatever. They also got rid of anti-gravity. In the character select menu, all of the unlockable outfits that you've unlocked are thrown on the main character select screen instead of choosing your character and then choosing the customization option, which is really annoying and kind of just makes the character select screen cluttered. Which the only reason I can see for them to do that at all would be if they just wanted to seem like they had more characters than they actually do, but it's not like they only have a couple of characters. It's a nice enough character selection. I wish that they had a Mii, and I wish that they had characters from other series like they did in Mario Kart 8, but they don't, and that's fine. It's a nitpick. In the end, Mario Kart World is fun. If you like Mario Kart, but you don't play a ton of it, then you will like this game because it is fun. But if you're a hardcore fan of the series, like I am, if you can call me that, I don't play online, but if you are a fan of the series, you're gonna buy the game, or you already have. Just know that you're probably gonna be a little disappointed. In my last video, I said it's disappointing to think that after a new Mario Kart game comes out, I'll still gravitate to the old one whenever I just want to play with my siblings. It's more disappointing that I'm going to play this game until I get tired of it, and then I'm going to put it on the shelf and not play any Mario Kart game, and I'm going to have to wait 11 years to get a Mario Kart game that I am as excited to play as I was Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8. That's it for this one. That's the video. Hey, if you liked it, then, you know, drop a like, drop a comment. It's been a while since I've actually uploaded a video. There's a short little tidbit that's still up on my channel. I had a full Switch 2 review up on the channel, but I didn't put nearly enough effort into it, and I was just extremely unhappy with the end result, so I took it down because the stuff I want to make, I want it to just be a little higher effort than that one was. It was low quality, and I mean, this might be low quality too. I'm not super good at this, but it's at least high effort. And I don't think I'll be doing a Switch 2 review of the console itself. I just have so many other videos that I want to make. This month is going to be really busy for me because I got this video. I'm going to make a video about Fast Fusion that should be coming out hopefully this week. I'm going to watch Superman in theaters, and if I have enough to say, I'm going to make a video about that. That's coming out this week. Shadow Labyrinth and Donkey Kong Bonanza are both coming out next week, which are games that I'm really excited about, and I want to play those and review them. And then at the end of this month, Fantastic Four comes out, and I want to watch that one, and if I have enough to say about it, make a video about it. So this month is really busy for me as far as that goes, along with my full-time job that I have. So I might get around to a Switch 2 review. If you're interested in a Switch 2 review, if you're watching this video and you like what I do here, let me know. But that's it. If you're here this long, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Peace.